Hello, welcome back, Tashtilek. We will continue with the biography of Lord Tsangpa. Previously we talked about how deity Vajravarahi prophesied the spreading of Drukpa Kargyud lineage. Now I would like to explain how Chakra Sambhava, while he was meditating in Sari, at that very holy place of Chakra Sambhava and Vajravarahi, he also got the vision of a deity Chakra Sambhava, Demchok we call. So he visioned him and Chakra Sambhava then prophesied him, that in the future you will get enlightened, so he also prophesied him like that. So many prophecies for one master. So it happens when you are great and you are having all these noble qualities, you will receive many prophecies. So that's very in the Vajrayana context or Tibetan Buddhism context, there are many prophecies. Okay, so now I want to show you some pictures of the place called Tsari. So as you can see, this is the Tsari in the mountain of the Tsari, a small lake. We call it Pamyo Lamso. Pamyo Lamso is like a small pond or lake, in between reservoir, in between mountains, in the middle of mountain. It's kind of a reservoir water, or lake, so this is a very holy one, because from that one time appeared Vajravarahi in front of Master Tsangpa. So as you can see here some faces, Tibetan Tsari woman who lived there, still living there. Many Tsarivas living there, and as you can see this picture, this map, how you can go to Tsari, from Lhasa. If you when you reach Lhasa, you can go to first you can go to Tha Yangzong, then Cholung Gompa, just you can see this line, this is the main road, and then you can, on the way you can have also this place called Samye. There is the first monastery of Tibet, built by a king, or let's say Dharma king Tisong Detsen. So on the way there is a Samye, and when you go farther from Samye, then Cholung Gompa, then you can, from Cholung Gompa you can then go, up till Tsari. Tsari is here, this is the Tsari, so so you can see, as you can see, there are many glaciers, around these places, and this is also the India and Tibet border. Nearby Tsari, there's an Indian and Tibet border. Arunachal Pradesh, this is the Arunachal Pradesh. So so this just for your knowledge, I just sharing these things, and this is the Thakpa Sheldri in Tsari. Tsari, there is a holy mountain, like Mount Kailash. This is very, very holy, we call it Thakpa Sheldri, means the pure mountain like glass, so this is now here covered by clouds and fogs and so on, and other picture you can see here quite clear. Sorry, this is also the Tsari. Tsari, you can see, this is like a garden, paradise. No one is there. Beautiful flowers, and these are not man-made flowers. It just blossom in the summer. So the pictures you can see there are some rivers and so on. So I don't want to go much detail on this geographical explanation. Now we have to go back to the biography of Sangpa-gyere. So Sangpa Gyere, he is here, and we have quite now acquainted with this very picture, Sangpa Gyere's picture. So okay, so in Sari, he spent a lot of time, Sangpa Gyere, meditating, doing some yogas and practices, deity practices, so on, and one of his practice was done at nearby a tree. It's called Khatam Dongbo Sumba. Khatam Dongbo Sumba means there is a tree which is like Kadwanga, like this, 3 points, and he sat nearby that that tree and meditated for 3 months without waking up, and he was meditating without food, nothing, he was just his closed eyes and meditating with cross leg without waking up for 3 months, without moving. And on the last day of 3 months, in the early morning, suddenly he got kind of enlightenment experience. And then in the sky, appeared these past 7 Buddhas. Past 7 Buddhas appeared in the sky. He visioned and he saw with his own eyes, and then those 7 Buddhas gave him the teaching called Tendel Rabdun. Tendel Rabdun means, which is the teaching on transcendental wisdom or Prajaparamita wisdom, but it has to do with practice and meditation and sadhanas, not like Prajaparamita text or transcendental wisdom text taught by Buddha. So taught by Buddha was in the script, in the Buddha script, and we can read and we can debate, we can understand philosophically, but what they gave to Sangpa Gyere was related to practitioner part, so that was very, very special, in other Kargyud lineages. And also I never heard that there is something teaching like that, Tendrul Rabdun, and so this makes something Drukpa Kargyud special, so and we still do have this teaching and practices and transmissions and initiations. We still carried this practices in retreat centers, or the monks and lamas also teach this in everywhere, so some people doubt how it could be. Buddha has never taught such teachings, in his whole teachings, whole volumes of canons. There is no any such teaching, so those who really don't know, they sometime confused, but this teaching really was received by Sangpa Gyere from those past 7 Buddhas directly, so that's why it's also not given by Milarepa or Marpa, it was not given by even by Rechungpa, so it was really coming direct from Buddhas, and we call it that's why, or we regarded it as a short lineage or direct lineage, something from Sangpa Khyere himself created, or something which coming directly from Sangpa Khyere himself. So very special teaching of Drukpa Kargyud lineage. So I'm proud to have this teaching, I mean in the good sense, because no one in today's world, no one has this practice. I mean, no, in other Buddhist lineages. So if you have to practice Prajaparamita, then it takes you a lot of time, because Buddha has taught 12 volumes on that topic, so it's very difficult. But Sangpa Khyere received it very in a short form, in a practice form, so that his disciples can practice it in their daily life. Okay, so that was the short story about how the teachings and so on cultivated and existed in Drukpa Kargyud lineage. Now there are more other explanations on Drukpa Kargyud practices. So I want to go a little bit further on this very topic, since we are here on this topic. Okay, so I don't mind, I hope you don't mind staying with me. Don't get bored. Okay, so after receiving that teaching from past 7 Buddhas, after that he had completed his practices in Sari, and he had completed his mission there, what he had to do there. And now that the time has come for him to spread his experience and his insights and knowledge and wisdom to his disciples. And there is a very special practice of Master Sangpa Khyere, which is known as the special heart practices of 9 deities. In Tibetan we call Thukdam Lagu, Thukdam Lagu. In English we can translate special heart practices of 9 deities. So that was how to say, written or developed or found or created by Master Sangpa Khyere. Obviously it he received from Rechungpa and other masters, so so it basically this heart practices of 9 deities belongs to the development stage of meditational sadhanas, development stages, where you can visualize deities and then you stay in the meditation or something like that. So there are 2 meditational stages. One is development stage, other is in completion stage. So you have to note these 2 stages of sadhanas. So his 9 heart practices of 9 deities, or his heart practices of 9 deities, in total, there are 9, 9 practices. His 9 heart practices are, like, the 5 deity practices, and 4, we call it Telgugi Chöshi in Tibetan. That means 4 instantaneous requiring practices. His 5 deity practices plus 4 instantaneous requiring practices. Now I will count, one by one. They are, first, Phakmo or Vajravarahi blessing practice. Second, Demchok Chakra Sambhava deity Siddhi or accomplishment practice or teaching. And third, Tumo hit practice or teaching. Fourth, the Raven phase Dharma protector practice or teaching, given by Lord Sambajere. And I don't know why I'm missing one of them. Actually, there should be 5, but I will later on. I will remember. When I remember, I will tell you later. What is the 5th one? Okay. Now we count the other 4. Other 4 instantaneous requiring teachings are, first, Mitrukpa Akshobhya sadhana or ritual practice. These are all, to do when, we have to, do some or perform some rituals for the dead person, or for the longevity for, life or something like that. So first we practice, and second, Tsepa me Amita Ayus practice, and that is, for longevity. And third, Dorsam Vajrasattva practice and sadhana and initiation also. So that is for purification. And fourth is Chenrezig Avalokiteshvara practices and sadhanas, and that is for cultivating how to say compassion for all sentient beings. So these are 4 sadhanas, and for just for day-to-day life needs. The former 5 teachings are really for individual, and one has to develop individually and practice it for months and years. You have to go for retreat. So it's that. So the how to say, the first 5 practices belongs to completion state of meditation sadhanas, or completion stage. That means the next stage. So you shouldn't be confused. It's just simple. The former 5 practices or teachings belongs to the completing or completion stage of meditation, and let's say okay, now I'm bit also telling you too much. Hope you don't get confused. Okay, so we go further. there are other 5. So now I'm mixing all up, sorry for that. Okay, so okay, let's stop here for a while for refreshment, and I hope you will continue with my next videos. I would like to post in the next, so I hope you will watch this. Thank you for watching.